Hello and meow to YouTube! Welcome back to another video. My name is Saphwyn, the silly Nico VTuber, and today we are diving into some more Casual Geographic. If you are new to my channel, I adore Casual Geographic. Yes, I am really a biologist. I went to school for 6 years. I've worked with wild animals. I've worked with domesticated animals. I absolutely love animals. Hopefully you guys learn lots of things and you enjoy watching this content with me. Before we dive in though, I am so excited to announce my brand new partnership with ADVANCEDgg. ADVANCEDgg is here to deliver premium supplements that cater to the gaming and lifestyle communities everywhere, from an ambitious 9-to-5er to an esports professional and even a silly little cat girl on the internet. Advance is the only clinically proven gaming supplement shown to improve gaming performance, and is all made from green tea caffeine. Oh, and did I mention they are keto and vegan friendly? Pretty cool, right? My favorite flavor currently is the Magic Rainbow Sherbet, which has notes of orange, lime, and strawberry. I will also recommend Melon Cream Pop for my melon lovers out there. Wink wink nudge nudge. And remember to use code SAPH as an SAPH at checkout to get 10% off your order and to support silly little me. Thank you for listening, and let's dive right on into the video, shall we? Let's go.
This is why you should never do what these people are doing. Standing too close to a whale that's passed is a good way to get your ticket punched with him. When a whale dies, its insides start rotting, producing a bunch of gases like methane. And if the gas can't find a way out, the methane builds up inside the whale's corpse, turning into a blubber ticking bomb. Because a bloated whale could straight up explode, launching its guts at 45 miles per hour and airmailing its insides up to 160 feet away. This is also, you didn't expand on it, but this is kind of like self-insert here. When the whale does like expand with these gases, if it does expand when it washes up on shore, whatever, it causes the skin to stretch, which is why like there's pressure now on the skin, and that's what ultimately leads to like the, you know, popping of the skin open and blowing up. It is due to the gases, but it's also like due to it just keeps building up and getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and stretching out the skin, that there's no room for like the gas to go anymore as well, and that is why you see it explode. This explosion is so powerful, not only can it shower you in whale guts, but if you're standing right next to it, it can severely injure you if not put you in a coffin right next to it. And if you're stupid enough to climb on top of the whale, which some people have, you can actually get launched into the air. The worst part is, either the gas will find a way to leak outside of the whale, or it'll cause an explosion, and the average person has no way of knowing which will happen. Once in Taiwan, researchers were transporting a dead sperm whale when it randomly blew up, covering people, buildings, and cars in flesh. But like, okay, I have one thing here. You know that they explode, so like why wouldn't, I don't know. I get that you maybe didn't think because it wasn't maybe as big as what you would assume would be, but you do know like when these whales wash up on shore, they're normally dead for like, you know, some time, so they have lots of time to decompose and create all these gases within themselves. Imagine being the pedestrians covered in guts though. That is so or like these buildings and like the stink of this. I'm just picturing how stinky this is. Oh my gosh. Got hurt, but I'm sure therapists made a killing that year. In 1970, people decided to euthanize a dying whale with dynamite. Don't ask me why they did that. The 70s were... In the 70s, people decided... yeah. Time. Not only did people get covered in guts, one car got flattened. Facts, no printer, cloudy with meatballs. Well, like, would you not assume that if you're blowing up a whale, regardless of if the whale is whatever, like whatever it may be, if you're using dynamite on the whale, the guts would be going everywhere? Like, did that not cross anyone's mind? I guess not. Oh. This is the first time I can say this about something in the ocean, but what you just saw is 100% completely harmless. Yeah. Even though its closest cousin is a great white shark, this leviathan come to life is a basking shark. Even though they grow to 26 feet long and the biggest one ever caught was 40 feet, they eat nothing but plankton, so there's zero threat unless you work at the chum bucket and have a computer for a wife. They got their name because you can usually find them feeding at the surface of the water, and they look like they're basking in the sun. They also look a lot like great white sharks, so whenever somebody claims to see megalodon, what they really bumped into was a baskie minding its own business. Mind you, if you don't know anything about the ocean and you're out here like kayaking, boating, whatever you may be, like paddleboarding in the shallows or whatever it may be, and you do see a basking shark, but you don't know what a basking shark is, I can see why it would give you a jump scare. Like, I would see it. They look like they're in a constant state of shock because they filter out plankton from the water and then pass that water through their gills. They're massive pushovers, and some will even curiously circle divers. The only slightly dangerous thing about them is they can weigh up to 11,000 pounds, and in 1937, one accidentally capsized a ship, drowning 3 people. But we've actually done this pog shark way worse, and because of overfishing, they're starting to shrink in size. But for the most part, they're perfectly harmless. And in an ocean full of R-rated nonsense, this Kirby guppy is the best best you're gonna get. This thing is actually real. Scientists discovered it 3,000 feet below the surface off the coast of California. And even though it looks like a C- arts and craft project, it's an actual animal called the Rosia pacifica bobtail squid.
It does kind of look like it's straight out of an animation / cartoon. When someone like animates a squid or like octopus or whatever, they kind of do be looking like this sometimes.
But everyone calls it the stubby squid. Even though it's not an actual squid, it's actually closer to cuttlefish. The stubby's only 4 inches long and spends most of the day buried in the sand with only those meme eyes exposed. Deadeyes hunts at night eating crabs, mollusks, and small fish. But if you told me they feed on the innocence of small children, I still wouldn't take this anime-faced squid seriously. And if you think I'm being mean, go on YouTube and find the video where they found it. Not even Hiroshima got roasted as hard as he did. But in all semi-seriousness, it's actually really important because they change colors based on how polluted the water around them is, making them really useful for scientists. As for the bug eyes, the big eyes help them gather what little light they can at the bottom of the ocean.
Does this mean maybe like do they lose their color though the more polluted the water is? I'm gonna have to go look at the video of them finding him for the first time. I'm curious how this works.
That or Squidward popped a mean when it hit the 9th dimension.
Rather. Oh, you whoa.
That is a tamando. It's a type of anteater found throughout South America as well as Trinidad. Shout out to Trinidad. Now the T-posing. Yeah, that's a threat.
Yeah.
Anteaters eat. And
look at the claws on that thingy. If you piss off an anteater and he will like to the point that he swipes at you, because normally they won't like engage with you, right? If you piss him off to the point that he is in close proximity to swipe at you, sorry. I'm just gonna say sorry to yourself. Like, they have claws, and their claws will hurt you.
Ants and termites. And to get to them, they'll break into ants' nests and termite mounds. And for the record, termite mounds can be as strong as cement. They break through them with their claws. So unpressed anteaters like Tamanda will like to remind whoever's chasing them that they have claws and to rethink their life choices before they lose them. Correct. And you don't want no smoke with an anteater of any kind, because those claws are the reason they're the only animals that jaguars will hesitate to attack, because they could get one shot by them. Anteaters have been known to severely maul people by slashing them and tearing their organs out. One hit could puncture your lung, damage your liver, and even tear your stomach open.
I hate to say this, and if you are new to my channel, you probably haven't heard this, or you probably have heard this somewhere down the line. If you are like old to my channel, you know what I'm probably about to say. Be cautious when approaching wild animals, even not domesticated animals, even wild animals in like a reserve, like an animal reserve or shelter, whatever it may be. Always take precautions around a wild animal. I know it might be okay. Animals have bad days too, and people, I feel like, you know, overstep their boundaries sometimes, and a lot of people can't read animal language, or they're not like opposed to the animal language, and then it leads to them getting attacked, and you never know what an animal is carrying. Animals can carry diseases that can harm us. Animals can do lethal damage with just their claws. You never know. So this is your one warning, to take precaution regardless of what animal you are approaching. Like, please do not go approach wild animals. Give them their room if you are finding an animal in the wild. I know they look cute. I know you want to go pet them, but please take care and stay safe around them.
This is what happens when an anteater wakes up feeling homicidal. Manduas are smaller, but they're just as mean and just as likely to throw hands. And since they're legally blind, they treat anything that moves as a possible threat.
That's fair, though.
This video, do not mess with the ant bear. Top 5 animals that break the rules of nature.
Oh, no.
And number 5 is this lizard, because every whip-tailed lizard alive is female. All the males got canceled permanently. The females reproduce by basically cloning themselves. At 4 is the conflict, because every
that's probably amazing for scientists to dig into. The genetics of why it's just females and females only, and being able to clone yourself is crazy.
Single one born is a male. They only transition to the other side of the dominant female.
Yeah, the clownfish is wild.
So the biggest male becomes the new dominant female, and then mates with whatever males in the area. And yes, I just described the R-rated version of Finding Nemo. Number 3 is the wood frog, because they can be frozen alive for weeks and walk it off like it's nothing, because they basically have built-in antifreeze in their blood that keeps ice crystals from forming in their cells. In the face of death, it arises like Frog Christ. And speaking of coming back from the dead, is the water bear, because honestly, they're broken. They can survive extreme heat, extreme cold, radiation, a nuclear war. They can even vibe out in space.
So like, imagine if this thing wasn't a microorganism, right? Like, I know he's a microorganism. Just picture real quick if this was like part of your like mammal freaking bear family. Like, yeah, we have the polar bears, we have like the grizzly bears, black bears, all that fun, sun bears, whatever, panda bear, well, that's whatever. And then we have this guy. Like, imagine if he was like full size, like a full-size bear, and not just a microorganism. Like, I could picture like this dude like living down in the depths of like a cave, you know?
Nah. They can also go into suspended animation that lasts over 100 years. This moss pig takes a stress nap that lasts over a century without food or water, and nobody should have that much power. Number 1 is the
if you ever want any more creepy like crawlers, go look at microorganisms. Like, go look at them under a microscope. There are a ton of weird and interesting looking microorganisms out there, and I suggest, like, if you are ever curious, go deep diving.
Platypus because nothing makes sense about this dumb
No, they
rabbit.
don't.
They lay eggs, sweat milk, they have no teeth or stomach, they swim blind and deaf, and they find prey by tracking electricity like sharks. And they're highly venomous because of course. This is what happens.
They're breaking the mammalian fourth wall, okay? That is what the platypus is here for, okay?
That's when you leak a rough draft. You would not want to be reincarnated.
Fun fact, guys, if you guys ever want to see it, I'll try and find the video. I might post it here. I do have a video of me finding a platypus in the wild. I was in Australia, and that was like one of my goals. I was like, I want to see a platypus in the wild. Insert video, probably. It's probably on the screen right now. But this is my own video. This is me finding a platypus in the wild. It was really cool, really fun. Sorry, I just wanted to like show you guys because, you know, I was really excited to do it.
Reincarnated as these animals. First is a scorpion, and if you're wondering why, it's horrible character design. Because if it loses its stinger, it also loses its anus, meaning even if it survives being crippled, it'll die a slow, painful, constipated death. Next is a seal because they get violated by everything.
Literally,
if you're not getting slapped up by an orca, bruised by a great white.
Except if you're the leopard seal. Leopard seals can be aggressive. They do have hands sometimes. Mind you, like to an orca and a great white or what, yada yada yada, any other bird predator in the ocean. You know, but like they do have hands. They fight back.
Assaulted by otter Cosby. You can get your eyeballs gouged out by a disrespectful seagull. Also, baby elephant seals have to try not to get crushed into a chalk outline by the mother's bigger, more aggressive boyfriend. Other seals aren't that great either, because the mother harp seal will abandon her baby after 12 days, even though it can't swim or feed itself. Next are hyenas for one reason. That's a female. Connect the dots. Not only do they suffer one of the most painful births of any animal, male hyenas get treated worse than dirt. Males get kicked out of their birth clan at 2 years old, and they have to get severely bullied and hazed just to join a new one. Literally, the moment he's born, his infant baby sisters will try to abort him. Male, female, either way, hyenas got it bad, and that is equality. And last is this poor guy. As if life wasn't hard enough, this wild pig can get folded by its own skeleton. The barbarous's teeth can grow into its skull and kill it. It's a horrible way to live and a worse way to die. Animals you would not want to be reincarnated as. Part 2. Ferrets, because if you're a female, you get two choices. If you go into heat but don't eventually get laid, you could expire to aplastic anemia. But if you do get to mate, the process involves you getting mauled, grabbed around the neck, and dragged across the room like you owe him money. Because in a home move from nature, domestic violence actually stimulates ovulation, so the only way to get pregnant is to survive 50 Shades of Fairy. And speaking of
you see them like all the time, even like the wild muselids, right? That's the family that they're from. Like, I don't know. It's kind of crazy how like the mating ritual of all animals is very different.
Fingers from nature, you would not want to be an adult mayfly for the simple fact that they don't have a mouth. And it's not like they just weren't born with them. No, they lose it as they mature. Their digestive system is filled with air and disappointment. You might be wondering how any animal lives like this, and the answer is simple. They don't. They cash in their V card and become an obituary by the end of the day because nature went above and beyond to screw them. Sloths, because
you know what though? I will say for the mayfly, it's kind of impressive that they're still alive to this day. This is just like a sheer force mate, like get as many numbers as you can out, reproduce type vibe. But I'm kind of like so surprised that they've made it all this way. Like that's impressive to the mayfly.
Where you try to run but everything's in slow motion is their entire existence. Baby sloths have to literally hold on for dear life because if the baby falls, you can almost guarantee the mother isn't going back down. This is common. Leaving the tree is the most dangerous part of a sloth's life, and since the mother can always have more, she'll just leave the baby to die. Correct. That is the worst kind of baby shower. It's common that a lot of sloths will like end up in sanctuaries sometimes, or like rescues or whatnot, are like babies who fell off the tree or whatever. Or like even adults falling off the tree, but they have seen like a lot of babies and then they like, you know, take them in and whatnot. The weekend climbing down the tree to do this is how half of sloth fatalities happen. 3 animals you should legitimately be afraid of. Number 1 is the assassin bug, because even though most people have never heard of it, they kill about 12,000 people a year. They're also called the kissing bug because they have a nasty habit of biting the lips and faces of sleeping people and then defecating in wounds, passing on a parasite that can cause Chagas disease. This parasite can cause headaches, fever, and swelling, and 45% of people with chronic symptoms develop heart disease, which can lead to heart failure. You can also suffer digestive complications and nerve damage. There's believed 6 million people carry it right now. Number 2 are snails, because they're responsible for well over 200,000 obituaries a year thanks to a nasty parasites are nasty. Freshwater snails carry a parasitic worm that can cause schistosomiasis. Symptoms include excruciating abdominal pain, bloody urine and stool, and even kidney failure and liver damage. These parasites allegedly live rent-free in about 240 million people, and a lot of them have no idea. Number 3 are worms, because an estimated 3.5
Guys, make sure you check yourself for parasites. Goddamn.
billion people carry parasitic worms, and a lot of them will never know. One of the worst ones are filarial worms, because they can cause fluid to build up, resulting in a disease where your leg becomes the same size as an elephant's, and it's called elephantiasis. It can also affect another body part, and you do not want to Google. Other alligators care about their babies so much that they actually talk to them while they're still in the eggs. Mama gator will build a nest, bury the eggs, and then guard them with her life for about 2 months, and she'll even go without eating for weeks just so she doesn't have to leave them alone. When the baby alligators are ready to hatch, they'll alligators are cool though. The mother will immediately dig them out. The babies will even start chirping from inside the egg just so the siblings can synchronize and make sure they all hatch at the same time. time. And if one of the babies has trouble hatching, it'll crawl to its mother while inside the egg, and the mother
Look
alligator
at
will
them,
gently use her
though.
teeth to crack the egg to make it easier. After the babies are born, she'll look after them for about 3 years, and she'll carry them in her mouth to and from the water. And when they get bigger, they'll just ride on top of her. If you didn't like alligators before, you're welcome. The last 33,000.
I was supposed to say too, like, this is going back not to the alligator. I didn't want to pause stream the alligators because I absolutely love reptiles. But previous to like the parasitic one, I took in 4th year, I took the, what is the course? Medical and veterinarian etymology. And this is basically all it is. It's like what bug can cause what and like why it causes what and where it causes what. And my whole course was learning about different bugs causing different things to animals and to humans. And let me just say, there's some horrifying shit out there. And if anyone's watching this and have any recommendations for anything along this line, drop them down below. I'm always curious.
In years, dogs evolved a specific set of muscles that lets them raise their eyebrows, and their eyes themselves have become more expressive and infant-like. Wolves
I also
don't
love
have
dogs.
this, so there's a good chance they evolved this as a trick to manipulate humans.
Oh, they definitely
And
did. They
if
definitely
a dog has had an
did.
emotionally negative experience or an overall stressful day, research shows that they will stay up at night thinking about what went wrong. Research also says that there's a positive correlation between oxytocin and cortisol levels in dogs and dog owners, which is basically a fancy sciencey way of saying your dog is as happy and as stressed as you are because you transfer energy. If you can't sleep at night because you've had a bad day, go check on your dog because there's a good chance he might be up too. After 9/11, the rescue dogs were becoming depressed since all they were recovering were dead corpses. The human caretakers would purposely bury themselves in the rubble just so the dogs could find an actual living body and feel like they got a W.
Awesome.
Male puppies will
Not
go out
awesome due to the context of it, but it's awesome that, you know, they helped out to give the dogs some enlightenment here.
way to let female puppies win in play, since they know females will get discouraged if they keep losing, so the stronger males will purposely nerf themselves in play since they know doing so means the games will last longer. You love to see it. So I said that the devil will go ice.
And if you're watching this video, make sure you go pet your dog. I lost my childhood dog, so make sure you go give him a little head pat, a little tap on your shoulder. But yeah, I lost my childhood dog. I don't know. It's been like 2-3 years now, but I haven't had a dog since. So go give him a head pat. Tell him it's a good girl, good boy, whatever you may have, and say it's from the silly cat girl on the internet. Thank you.
Skating before I ruin elephants. And apparently there's an ice rink in hell, so now I have to do it.
There's an ice rink in
Elephants have a second
hell?
trunk in the form of a 6-foot prehensile penis that they can use to wrap around objects
Oh
and even pick them
my
up.
gosh.
Male elephants are known child abusers. They go into a state called lust, which is basically roid rage on 1,000. If they don't get to mate, they'll take it out on innocent babies. They'll kick the babies around, knock them over, and they'll even pick them up with their trunk and then eat them in the name of sexual frustration. Speaking of which, bull elephants in South Africa have been known to assault rhinos with their penis and then kill them. It's believed this aggression is a result of stress and fear caused by humans because we are the worst thing to ever walk the earth. And unfortunately, it comes at the cost of a rhino's entire way of life and the sanctity of its anus. I mean, how mad do you have to be to
so
a rhino?
crazy.
They may be bigger, but elephants can't process alcohol the same way we can, meaning they get wasted much faster. But elephants will go on intoxicated benders where they'll destroy homes and people. In
like, why are we giving elephants alcohol though? Question mark.
1070 elephants got turned off rice beer and proceeded to flatten several homes and take 3 people with them.
That is why.
Elephants cause 500 obituaries a year, and they've been known to trample and disembowel people. And the worst fact of all, they don't really think you're cute, and if this was the only thing getting you out of bed in the morning, go back to sleep.
They do not really think you're cute, and they do not probably realize that you are cute at all, actually. Let's do the elephant emoji. So if you made it all the way to the end of this video, comment down the elephant emoji. It just shows that you made it. It just shows that you watched it. I really love seeing you guys spam whatever emo I tell you to do. So comment down the elephant emo. You can also tell me what your favorite animal was in this video and the next Casual Geographic you want me to react to. I just made a brand new playlist to organize all my Casual Geographic reacts here on this channel. So if you ever want more or whatever, there is a playlist now. They're all organized and you can see the ones I've reacted to and the ones that we still need to react to, because I know that there are tons of bangers out there that I still need to do. But before I leave, remember to go support me and go check out ADVANCEDgg. Use code SAF for 10% off at checkout. It means the world, and we can end up with our own shaker cup. And ultimately, if we have enough orders, we can get our own flavor. And it would be really cool. But thank you so much for listening to me yap and rant and, you know, all that fun stuff about animals. Absolutely love them. As you guys know, this is my favorite type of video here. Take care and have a fantastic day, everyone. Goodbye, goodbye. Catch you guys all on the flip side.